Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Jacob Granneman here with your Tuesday evening update from Clark County Today. The Washington State Department of Corrections has announced that more than 200 inmates at the Larch Corrections Center near Yackle have tested positive for COVID-19. Just last Thursday, the department announced that 6 inmates had tested positive. By Monday, that number had grown to 218. Larch has an overall capacity of 480 inmates. DOC Superintendent Jason Miller said the infected inmates are being housed together to prevent further spread, and other inmates are on restricted movement schedules, limiting access to regular programs, showers, and other activities until the outbreak is contained. Overall, Clark County added 123 new COVID-19 cases today, but no new deaths. Active cases, meaning people still within their 10-day isolation period, rose again to 1,004, and hospitalizations climbed to 12.6% of bed space, with 76 confirmed and 6 suspected cases currently in Clark County hospitals. The rate of new cases per 100,000 people fell again from 386 to 325 for the week ending January 4th, the third straight week of declines. The latest data on testing shows 9.41% of 9,175 tests done the week of December 13th through the 19th came back positive. That's down from 10.66% the previous week. Frustration is building around the states as hospital systems sit on doses of COVID-19 vaccines and wait for guidance on where to use them. In Clark County, around 17,000 doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines have been received, but as of Monday, only around 5,000 have been reported as used. The State Department of Health says the actual number is likely higher, but there were some delays in getting vaccination information added to their system. While some hospitals are still working to vaccinate frontline medical workers, others say they're almost done. A few rural hospital officials said on a State Hospital Association press conference this week that they had finished vaccinating their employees and were just waiting on the state for guidance on when they could expand. At a press conference today, Governor Jay Inslee said they are working on improving the distribution of vaccines and that more information would be coming Wednesday from the Department of Health about the next steps in expanding access to the vaccines. Also at that press conference, the governor announced that the state would be moving to a new plan for the phased reopening of businesses around the state starting January 11th. Some live entertainment and fitness activities will be allowed. The state will gauge the virus growth on a regional basis based on 4 different metrics.
So to advance a phase, a region will need to show that it has had a 10% decrease trend over the last 14 days. Also that it has a 10% decrease in COVID hospital admission rates over the same period, that the ICU occupancy rate is less than 90%, and that the test positivity rate is less than 10%.
Under the plan, Clark County would be grouped with Cowlitz, Skamania, Klickitat, and Wahkiakum counties. Inslee added that the regions won't have to apply for a move into a new phase of reopening, but could also be moved back to an earlier phase if metrics worsen. Restaurants and open indoor dining with 25% capacity in Phase 2, which could happen by the end of the month at the soonest. As cases of COVID-19 continue to oscillate, Battleground Public Schools is preparing to implement a phased return to in-person instruction. In a special work session last night, Superintendent Mark Ross laid out the game plan for school board members for how the district hopes to proceed. The state has switched to a high, moderate, and low-level chart for evaluating case numbers and school reopenings. At the high level, a community experiencing more than 350 COVID-19 cases per 100,000 people over 2 weeks. Battleground, being in Clark County, is currently in the high category and thus has only phased in kindergartners to date. The basic plan the district has made is to bring back in pre-K through 4th grade on February 1st and then wait 3 weeks, or if cases fall below the 350 per 100,000, to then bring back middle schoolers. For Battleground, that is grades 5 through 8. In-person high school instruction would then come 3 weeks after middle school or when cases drop below 200 per 100,000 people. The school board expressed disappointment that the start of the phases was not sooner, but gave the okay to proceed with the planning and adjustments. Read more soon at clarkcountytoday.com. The Building Industry Association of Clark County reported this week an increase of 66% in the issuance of townhome permits from 2019 to 2020 in Clark County. In 2019, the total number of permits issued was 62, and that number increased in 2020 to 103. While townhome permits rose, single-family home permit activity saw a slight dip of just under 13% between 2019 and 2020. This could signal an emphasis on building to tackle the crisis of housing affordability, while the BIA was eager to report the news on housing affordability front. Seeing a slight decline in the number of permits issued for single-family homes can be disappointing considering the demand. Clark County is experiencing a housing inventory shortage across price points with less than 1 month supply available. The BIA is recommending an emphasis on building homes at all price points in 2021 so as not to contradict the efforts made on the housing affordability front. The KWRL Transportation Cooperative, which operates the bus systems for Kalama, Woodland, Richfield, and La Center school districts, is using technology, deep cleaning, and new rules to sanitize every bus each day and safely transport students to and from school. In order to sanitize each bus, KWRL uses specific electrostatic fogging sprayers, which evaporate and spray a special cleaning solution that cleans every surface on each bus. Thanks to the design and technique of the sprayers, the cleaning fog even reaches the underside of bus seats, so staff members can sanitize the entire student seating area. In addition to the spray, drivers disinfect the high touch points on their bus, such as handrails, driver seats, steering wheels, and driver controls after each route. Mary Martin is one of KWRL's drivers, and she volunteered to take on the extra work of disinfecting buses at the end of each day. The cooperative also introduced new rules for students to stay safe, such as wearing masks, keeping windows partially open for improved airflow, and no longer being permitted to bring food or beverage on the bus. Drivers are also required to keep detailed seating charts to know which students rode the bus and where they sat that day. Well, Paul Valencia needed some motivation, so he got up before the sun Tuesday morning to check out the Mountain View football players and how they are meeting in small groups to lift weights outdoors in January. Here's Paul.
Hey, it's 7 in the morning. It's still dark. We are at Mountain View High School. We're doing football workouts. Well, the Thunder are. Team 40, preparing for a season just in case. They are optimistic, and they're just so grateful to be together, just a few at a time, working out January 2021 for football season.
Excited to be out here, 7 in the morning, January 5th, and always wondered what it would be like to coach in California or Arizona where you're working out outside with weights, and I guess here we are in Washington, but based on present protocols, we're permitted to be in small groups outside, and some parents and I and coaches got together and thought, let's just move some weight equipment outside, and we've got a nice cover here that was been rain tested, and just bring our kids in small groups, masks, all that stuff, but just to re-engage them. And you know, I don't think it's rocket science to think that kids need an opportunity to engage with teammates and adults, and if we can do it in a safe way, then that's our goal. And so we've got 4 stations, and so we've got, you know, we try to do 3 people to a station, and they kind of work around each other, and then so we can do a maximum of 12 people. Ideally, we're kind of in the 6 to 8 range, and so we bring a group in at 7, a group in at 8, a group in at 9, a group in at 3, a group in at 4, and that's a blue day, and then we bring the rest of the team in on the green day.
I mean, it's a blessing to be able to come out here. You know, for a while we just worked down by ourselves in small groups, like in garages and stuff, but now being able to come out here back to our school and work out with actual weights and stuff, it's a blessing.
First off, I want to say that I'm very thankful for our opportunity today to come just work out, and that we get to see our coaches for the first time in a while, see our teammates. It means a lot to our chemistry, and I'm very, very thankful.
Well, there's a look at the stories we've got for you at ClarkCountyToday.com. Be sure to check in with us on social media through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to see when stories are posted and join the conversation. You can also send us a story idea if you have one, or feedback. Our email is news@ClarkCountyToday.com. From all of us, I'm Jacob Granneman. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow.